Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Welcome back to the Wheel of Suffering. Today, we are doing chapters, at least 10 and 11. We'll see how much time we have after that. But our challenge for 10 is we are not allowed to attack at 2 range. But we can use whoever we want. For once, we don't have a unit restriction. Hey, me Cactus now. Hope you're doing well today. Good to see ya. I think this is the squad we're going to bring. We should put Tiki on someone. We had it on Lapis for a while. Glad you're here for all of these one range attacks. Oh, Etier is not going to be able to hit anything. Except when she's engaged, I guess. Does that mean we shouldn't bring her? The thing is, though, if we don't bring her, then we can't bring her to 11 either. Hey, weird analogy. Hey, aggressively mediocre. Hey, Robin left. I think using a longbow is not in the spirit of the challenge. Like, that is technically legal, but I really feel like I'm supposed to be attacking at 1 range. However, I think with that restriction in mind, it's probably better to bring Jade than Allchris. Do we give Etier the map off? We could bring Louis instead. Or even Amber. Yeah, let's give Etier the map off. That does mean she'll be sitting out 11 too, but like she's already level 16, so I think that's fine. Like, how much am I really gonna do with Louis or Amber on this map? Screw it. I'm bringing Etier. I think it's funny to bring an archer on the no 2 range challenge. Hey Nicholas, this map killed your motivation for the maddening playthrough. You know, one of my friends also really hates this map. I actually kind of like it, but I could see how it would be frustrating.
So Leaf.
All right, we'll put Leaf on Jade. Put Camilla on somebody else because Allchris isn't coming. Tiki should go on somebody. Preferably on someone we're using. Tiki here. You know what we can do? We're gonna put we could put Micaiah on Etier and just make her our staffer for the map. And then on chapter 11, she will be able to provide us with her usual suite of services. Yeah, let's do that. We're gonna give her some staves. And then let me just confirm, but I can't, like, is there a mini bow in this game? And if so, can I buy it? Ooh, there is a mini bow. Okay. That's a game changer. Alright, we're so in there. I'm glad I checked that. Okay, now let's see what we want. Map-wise. I wonder, can Etier with a mini bow unforged kill Rosado? How much might does a mini bow have? Let's check. I don't think I've ever used a mini bow in Engage. Alright, it's got 3 might, so that's not great. So it'd be 9, 31 damage. You wouldn't double, so no. Unfortunate. Alright, what about Clan? How's your situation? Got 29 magic attack versus 12 res. Yeah, Clan can do it. Clan's kind of the GOAT, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna rush the left side, and then we'll deal with the right side after.
I am ready to serve.
Oh, did I do my math wrong? Must have.
Say the word.
That's okay.
Anytime.
Oh, Clan does have to attack at 1 range, though. Gotta keep that in mind.
Very well.
Hey, 17 Master. Hope you're doing well today. How does the Warp Ragnarok situation look? Well, here, we can have Lapis just kill this guy. Easy peasy. Unfortunate that she got hit, but, you know, it is what it is. Damn, you go, Clan.
Your steward's ready.
Okay. Here goes.
Lapis take a hit from both enemies here. 13 defense. Take 6 here. And 19 here. So I think she'll be okay if she doesn't get crit. What we're gonna do, let's go ahead and give Clan a Divine Blessing. I've gotten so used to my draft that it's weird seeing full deployment slots. Yeah, that's how I feel when I play vanilla FE8 sometimes. I'm so used to drafting it. Hey, Asui. Oh, we're on the same chapter? I like this one. Although you'll hear me say that about a lot of Engage maps. I'm pretty happy with the map design in
Whatever you
Engage.
say.
If the next game's map design is also as good as this game, I will be a happy camper. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're okay. I think they're gonna attack Clan. I think we're okay even if they don't, but I think they're gonna attack Clan. Because I think it should be 19 damage if I did my math correctly. Okay, good. Good. He's going after Clan. Poor choice, Rosado.
You took me out just like Prince.
I'm starting to feel
Plan is indestructible. Even when he has to attack at one range.
ready.
Did I not give you any staves? Why didn't I give you any staves? It's an interesting choice I made. Mage Knight Clan sweep. Clan is, I think, better than he gets credit for. I don't think he's like amazing. But like his early game's good. Obviously, this is like not quite representative of Clan, right? Because we did DLC, so he's a higher level than he would be otherwise. But like his early game is about as good as Salene's, I feel. I do prefer using Saline long term generally, but for short term use, I like Clan.
I'm prepared.
Alright, now if I'm remembering correctly, I think there's no real-time pressure, despite the thief, because I believe what this thief is going to do is open this chest and then try to exit over here. Hey, Editic. Well, I'm glad you're playing more games of the series. I think you will enjoy them. I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. Oh, you have a poleaxe? What a bitch. Oh, let's make a homie. Let's make a blue homie. Alright, blue homie. Bait the enemy. Oh, we are not using Citrine on this playthrough. I have her deployed right now just because, you know, you only get so many slots. But we will be putting her on the bench, sadly. Oh! Fucking bye. More evidence for my anti-summoner propaganda. Okay, we can just kill the thief this turn. Okay. We can do what we're doing, and then if we need to, we can make a, we can use Diamant to make a fire tile. Max equals bitch. That's a hell of an intro to the channel. Hey, Justin James. Hope you're doing well today. Alright. We're gonna have Yunaka just kind of get out of the way, I think. You have Cancer. Did I inherit Cancer onto you? No, I did not. That makes sense since I'm planning on benching you, but it would have been nice if you had it. Oh, fuck. It's a... Okay, I might have to turn wheel. Because there's terrain here. I did not consider the terrain. I am enjoying myself. I always have a good time playing Engage. For all the complaining I do about it sometimes, it's definitely some of the most fun I've had playing Fire Emblem in a while. Yeah, we're just gonna turn wheel. I got greedy for that Etier attack. If it wasn't clear what I was trying to do, I was planning to canter back to here, but I forgot that there's a pillar, so she can't. No attacking at 2 range, aka how I played growing up because I thought Swordmasters had cool animations. That was me with Lyn. I was a big Lyn fan growing up. As I think most people were, to be honest. Yep, then we can just clear these guys out next turn. Thief's already dead, so we're not on a clock anymore. I was a fan of training the lords because I thought that was a good strat. I went, like, completely full, like... You know that meme where they have, like, the bell curve and they have the like, guy on one side that's like, this thing is good, and then you have the guy in the middle that's like, this thing is bad, and then you have the guy on the right that's like, actually, this thing is good, but now the one on the right is, like, in a hood, and they look like a battle-scarred veteran or whatever. That was me with leveling lords. When I first played Fire Emblem, I was like, this seems like a waste of time. These guys suck. And then I was like, wait, no, I need them to beat the game. And then now I'm like, okay, it's a bad idea to level the lords, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's been a journey. Training your lords is a good strat in Dark Dragon and the Sword of Light. Let me think, how often is it a good idea to train your lords, like, percentage-wise throughout the series? Let me think about that. It's good to do an FE1.
I can keep going.
It's really good to do an FE1, actually. Alright, so we like doing it in FE1. In FE2, we like doing it in FE2. They're good. They're pretty good in FE2. Good in FE3, good in 4. 5 is a bit of a weird one. Leaf is good, but like you don't really train Leaf. He just is good.
I must insist now.
But you don't have to train him. So I don't know how you count that. Can someone explain how this works? This is my first time. Hi, Killswitch. Basically, every map I have a wheel of various challenges, and for each map I spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on, that is the challenge we do for that map. So in this case, we have no attacking at 2 range is our challenge for the map. My first run, I heavily used FE7 Marcus and then got soft locked because he couldn't 1v1 Sonya. Yeah, that was my experience the first time I played FE7 as well. FE7 was the first Fire Emblem I played, but I didn't actually beat a Fire Emblem game until FE8. When I played FE7, I was like, I think I was like 7 years old. So definitely something I have improved at with age. Okay, but back to games where it's good to train your lord. Alright, 5 is weird. I'm not sure how to count 5. 6? Roy feels pretty bad to use, but, like, it's nice to give him some levels, right? So that he can fight, like, Idun or whatever. Or Idun? Idun? I don't know how you pronounce it. You probably don't mind giving Roy, like, a few levels. I wouldn't say it's, like, great to train him, though. 7, they're pretty meh. Hector's alright. 8, it's good to train one of them. But only on his route. On Erica route, you don't really need to train either. 9, I guess it's not, like, terribly important to train Ike. But I always do it anyway, because I like winning the Black Knight fight. You don't have to win the Black Knight fight, but I feel like it's, like, a little disappointing narratively if you don't. Oh yeah, early game is when I like Roy. He's got some quick supports. He has his rapier combat's, like, actually I think pretty relevant in the early game. There's lots of, like, little things for him to do. But I don't really like training him, you know? Let's see, in 10 it depends on the lord. Ike is pretty good. Micaiah's alright. She's like free staff utility. Uh, 11, you don't need to train Marth. In 12, Marth is, like, solid, though. And then, obviously, Chris is, like, one of the goats of the series. In Awakening, they're both good. In Fates, Corrin is good. In Echoes, Alm is... They're good, but Alm is weird in Echoes, where, like, you can actually just kind of not train him in the beginning. And it works out fine. Because of, where did I put Clan? Clan has the extra life. We're going to charge him in. Because then Alm gets his, like, plot-based promotion, and suddenly he's a good unit, so... It's kind of a nice feature of his. Park you right here. Where's our chain guard? Put that chain guard on. Let's see. Obviously, 3 houses, they're all good. And then, in Engage... I don't know, Alir's kind of a weird guy. Guy or gal. In that... Alir is not bad, but I don't really like training Alir. Like, they don't need, like, a lot of levels to be good. Yeah, hit the poleaxe guy. This is probably fine. We have turn wheels. Who cares? Claude's base boosting thing is pretty funny. Especially because, like, I'm sure they didn't mean for that to be a thing that you do with Claude. But you sure can do it. I don't remember what the trigger is for when these guys move. I thought it was when someone was in freeze range of Hortensia. But I think I was last turn, and she didn't do it, so we'll see. base boost. If you leave Claude at level 1, like you just don't level him in part 1, then you get to part 2 and he gets his auto promotion to, what's it called? Barbarossa, is it called? And he gets pretty good stats. So it's like a free good unit that you don't have to invest in. By the way, I know you guys wanted Bow Knight for Etier, but what are we thinking for Alir? Often I do Martial Master or Griffin, but what do you guys think? What do we want for Alir this playthrough? High Priest, Halberdier, or Paladin? We can certainly do one of those. Oh, are the stats on Super Claude actually better than regular Claude? I've never actually done it. That's wild.
I'm okay.
We could Warp Rag. I don't think we really need to. Hortensia is not that scary.
You took my sister
I did forget she had Divine Pulse, though. So it's good that she doesn't do much damage. I should really play more Three Houses. I played a ton of Three Houses when it came out, like before they had Maddening mode. And then after Maddening came out, I only did like two playthroughs on Maddening. One on New Game, one on New Game Plus. So I'm very behind the times on the Three Houses tech. To get back to your scuffed classes, Blue Lions. What is the funniest scuffed class you have going on in your Blue Lions playthrough? You like how this map has two parts? I like that it's like kind of two maps in one. I know I do know some people find that frustrating, and I could see that being frustrating if this is a map that you struggle with, right? Because then it's like, well, you know, it's like kind of two maps in one, but you only have one set of turn wheel uses. But I think that it's appropriate for what's kind of meant to be like a challenging part of the game, right? Like it's a big plot moment. Have I ever cheesed this map? What's the cheese for this map? Oh, do you just mean warping to the second room and then killing the boss? Because I have not done that, but I have seen it done. Swordmaster Annette. Swordmaster Annette sounds pretty funny. I did Swordmaster Dorothea once, and I was very disappointed in the outcome. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was pretty rough. Alright, let's park you here. Did I move Alir already? Oh, I did. Foolishly. I moved Alir onto the blue tile instead of to give Divinely Inspiring. Although, Clan's pretty overleveled. Does he actually need it? Yes. You need a lot of magic to the one round Morian. Citrine can do it without too much difficulty, though. Did Swordmaster Lysithea to use Thunderbrand once? Imagine getting, imagine being an enemy soldier and, like, Lysithea comes and cuts you down with a sword. Like, how do you could never live that down. That'd be it. Going into Chapter 11 blind, my first playthrough was a big pain. Had to let Louis die. Hi, DT46. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, Chapter 11 is, I think, a tricky one the first time. I think a lot of people struggle with that on their first playthrough. I think one of the cool things about Chapter 11, though, is that it is a chapter where you can let a unit die, and it's not the end of the world, because, like, you get a bunch of new units, right? Like, you're about to start benching people anyway. So letting someone die doesn't feel too bad. You know, unless you're, like, the kind of person that, you know, hates letting people die no matter what, which, fair enough. But if you're, like, comfortable letting people die, I think, like, it makes Chapter 11 so much easier. And I don't think it's, like, a big sacrifice, because, like I said, you're going to be benching units in a minute anyway. Like, if we have units die in Chapter 11, we will probably not be resetting for them. What if Chapter 11 had Thracia Escape? I've been advocating for Chapter 11 Thracia Escape since the first time I played it. I think it would be so cool. And it would definitely make it harder, but I think it would be okay for the same reasons I just said, that it's, like, kind of okay if people die. But I also understand that people do not, people really don't like letting units die, so I don't know. I would like that, but I kind of feel like people would probably hate it. More games need Thracia Escape. I do think that Thracia Escape should be used a little more commonly, because here's the thing about Escape. If you have a regular Escape map, right? Like, let's look at, like Chapter 11. That's just Seas. Like, if the map is just Escape with Alir, that's just Seas with a different title. And that's okay. I like Seas. But I love Thracia Escape. Although one thing that I do think that's neat about Chapter 11 is it really, I think, goes to show how much, like kind of theme matters. Because it is just Seas. Like, it's just a Seas map. But, like, just it being an Escape map, like, the name of it being Escape and the design of that map being the way it is, I think people really remember that objective, even though it's just Seas. But it feels more memorable, like, it feels like an Escape map. So I think they did a great job with that.
I'm here, Divine One.
How many escape maps do we get in modern FE? Not a ton. Sir, I mean, we haven't gotten any Thracia escapes, really. FE9 has some maps where it's not Thracia escape, but I think you get, someone correct me if I'm wrong, it's been a minute since I played FE9, but I believe there are maps where you get bonus experience for the amount of units that escape before Ike does. Hey, Kook. The wheel is, you know, not too bad today. We haven't spun it yet today. This is the last spin we had from the last session. But this has been, not too bad of a challenge. Possibly because we're still kind of in the over-leveled phase of having done the DLC recently.
There are so many of him.
I wonder if we can, like, kill him this turn. If you Tiki Breath this mage, does it kill the clone? I feel like it doesn't, but let's learn. It does! Okay, that's huge. That means we could probably just beat the map this turn. Yeah, we definitely can.
I am ready to serve.
Oh, actually, you don't do as much damage as I thought, do you? Can you take a bar on Houses Unite? No. Darn. I was hoping what I was hoping we'd be able to do is get Clan in there to hit him and then do the you know, the 3 houses ring thing where you take 2 actions in a turn. Evidently I'm going senile as I cannot remember the names of abilities. I like how she's just gonna kill him through the chain guard. Lapis does not care about your chain guard. Defend chapters are really fun. Talons of Light and Turning Trader are my faves. I think defense maps are, I think, some of the most, like, variable maps in terms of quality. There's, like, some defense maps I really like, and then there's some defense maps where I'm like, I don't know about that one. But a good defense map is really fun. When we do get them. Raging Storm, yes, that is the word I was looking for. Yeah, I think good defend maps are really memorable, and I think you can see that in the way that people talk about the really good ones. Like, people absolutely, like, when you talk about people's favorite maps, even though, like, a lot of people will say that they don't like defense maps, right? And I think that's fair, because most of them aren't up to the quality of the ones I'm about to mention. But when they're good, people really like them, because you'll have people frequently say their favorite maps are Conquest 10, very common favorite map. Radiant Dawn, Elincia's Gambit. I hear that one all the time when people talk about their favorite maps. And then for people that have played some older school games, another map that people talk about how much they like pretty often is Thracia 14? The big defense map in Thracia, the first one. I think it's 14. You're right about that, Justin. There is a bit of a dissonance when you use Tiki on Veil or Alir for sure.
I'm okay.
Oh yeah, Conquest 10 is a banger. I was doing there was like a Twitter thing going around recently where people were posting their least favorite maps and then their favorite maps. And I did Conquest 10 was among my 3 favorites, which I think is like pretty like high praise because I don't even like Conquest that much. Like, not that I don't like it, I think it's fun, but it is not among my favorite Fire Emblem games, but Conquest 10 is among my favorite Fire Emblem maps for sure. Here, we can do this, and then we can probably get a leader, a kill here. What were my picks for favorite and least favorite maps? That's a good question. Let me go get the tweets. I can probably just remember what I picked for favorite, because that one was more recent. My favorite maps, and note I'm saying favorite, not necessarily like the best maps, but my favorites, were Conquest 10, FE8 Distant Blade, which is the first map of Erica Route that I love that map. I think it's a great introduction to the mid-game of Sacred Stones. And Thracia Chapter 4, which is my favorite map of all time. For least favorite, I picked Thracia 24X. I think 24X is the worst is the worst Fire Emblem map ever made. FE3 Book 2 Chapter 11, which is the desert chapter in FE3 Book 2 for those that have played it. It's very boring. It's a walking simulator, but it's worse than usual because you're walking simulatoring through a desert instead of through a hallway or something. And then Village of Silence, which, if you guys have watched any of the FE8 videos, you know I hate Village of Silence. Village of Silence definitely isn't the third worst map in the series, but it has a special place of hatred in my heart.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the divine dragon in their...
Diamant falls off so hard and maddening. Diamant's okay. Not an amazing unit, but like, he's alright. Skipping the Sombron Vor? Look, I can't have anything that would like excite you guys too much on stream, okay? I keep pressing the home button instead of the start button. Alright. I think of the options presented for Alir, I think I'm gonna do Paladin, which he cannot do at the moment. Maybe we'll promote Etier this chapter. Because she can get into Bow Knight right now. The best part of Engaged challenge runs is skipping the garbage story. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest Engaged story fan. But, you know, it's alright. There's, I've probably read worse stories. But yeah, the Engaged story is not my favorite either. But what is my favorite is the wheel. We have to spin the wheel. skill issue. Is this relevant yet? Let me check if this is actually relevant. Because if this doesn't, like, do anything, we're gonna re-roll it. I think we're gonna re-roll this one. Because what skill issue does is makes it so I'm only allowed to have one skill equipped per unit. The only unit that would affect right now is Etier. So we're gonna re-roll one for one that actually does something. Alright, we could do Divorced. Divorced is no rings. Yeah, Divorced is fine. We can do Divorced.
Hector.
Leave it to me.
Here, we'll do this map how it's actually intended instead of abusing DLC rings. Okay. Now we're also going to use some of these stat boosters because I don't want to hold on to them because I remain very afraid of getting, at some point, I'm going to roll no hoarding, and I'm going to be very sad if I have, like, a bunch of stat boosters, so we're just going to spend that shit now. Okay, we have a speed wing. We have a skill book. We're going to give the skill book to Etier. For the energy ring. Normally I would think Lapis, but like she's actually ahead on strength already, and Warrior is probably going to carry her to the strength that she needs. Chloe's probably gonna, you know, let's just give it to Lapis. Let's just we're doing some Lapis favoritism this playthrough. Fuck Kagetsu. How am I supposed to make Linden the carry if I can't give him all of the stat boosters? Linden? Okay, unironically, Linden kind of an underrated unit. Linden's pretty decent. Okay, now we can, like, get our bows back on this unit. We don't have to use the mini bow anymore. I kind of like the Bow Knight drip on Etier. Looks nice. Hey, Frog, welcome to the stream. Alright, let's put our, like, units that I don't care if they die in the back. Alright, this is a holdout guy. Oh, I have to add the text to the screen. How's the map going? Well, the last map went pretty well. We're about to start this one. Let's see how it goes. Yunaka in the back. Yunaka's in the back because Yunaka's gonna sit in a bush and not get hit. I have faith.
Whatever you need.
Understood. All right.
Anytime.
I don't care if Yunaka dies. However, I'm also not worried about Yunaka dying. She's just not gonna die. So, like, there's no point stressing about it. You guys have little faith in Yunaka. Not very high a papaya of you guys. Alright, what's the threshold for this? 20% or more. Okay, so if he has 10 HP or higher. She's not gonna die, famous last words. Well, here's the thing. I win either way. Because I don't really care if she lives or dies. So I'm fine either way. But if she lives, then I get to be correct about her living. Let's go, Etier. Watch her avoid be too high and enemies will ignore her. I don't think that's gonna happen. Because she doesn't have the, That can happen, particularly if you have the Micaiah engraved. But I do not, so I don't think that's gonna happen.
Let's go.
Whatever you say. Allow me.
Oh, for a second I thought Clan was getting doubled for 44, and I was like, what? I knew the enemies on this map weren't like complete pushovers, but goodness gracious.
Go, my corrupted.
Aw, they froze Fram. Or they froze both of them? That's unfortunate. Usually when I do this map, I do it with Alir in Griffin. So what I do is I'll like move Alir full distance. And I'll obstruct and then canter to kill the 4 generals. Are there 4 generals on this map? Are 4 generals gonna spawn later? Am I forgetting about generals? I have this stream categorized in genealogy. Oh, that's a whoops. Thank you for letting me know. I'll fix that for next time. I'm sure, I bet all of them are categorized as genealogy in that, if that's the case. But thank you for letting me know. I'll fix that for next time. Let me see. Is it, like, realistic to kill the hounds? Or they're not here yet, right? They're gonna pop up soon. I'll have a look at the hounds and see if that's a realistic thing to do. I've never looked at their stats because I never try to kill them. Is this the Battle of Valhalla? Kind of. These are my 2 units I'm leaving in the desert. Yunaka is Quan, and Bram is Ethlin. You can just one-shot this guy, yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, you don't have a... Why don't I ever have a staff on my staffers? What am I doing that I never have a staff on my staffers? Okay, he'll probably miss. Genealogy remake looking fire. One day we'll get the Genealogy remake, I believe. Maybe they'll announce it in next week's Nintendo Direct, right? Copium? They're gonna announce a Nintendo Direct any minute now with FE4 in it.
I won't flinch.
I do think it's funny how long the FE fan base has been like predicting a FE4 remake. I truly do think it will happen eventually. But I think it's funny how long we've been predicting it for. Oh, she can just longbow this guy? Damn. That's funny that she can kill him with the longbow. Kill him with the iron, though. Get that 100% hit. Alright, I think we're probably going to trigger the homies spawning next turn, would be my guess. Speaking of FE4, how many FE4 characters have green hair? A lot. Definitely a lot. Especially if you count replacements, because a few of those do too. Actually, how many replacements do have green hair? At least one. Arvis is looking quite different. In your head, Asui, which one is Arvis?
I'm prepared.
Just out of curiosity. Damn it, Lapis. Should have given you the skill book. Ahmed does, and the Pegasus Knight one does too, right? It's Femina's the replacement, yeah? $26. Yeah, he should be fine.
That's it?
Which hit do you guys have? Okay, so you will not see 0 hit on her. But you will not see much hit. I want to move up as much as possible because I'm not sure exactly where the trigger is for the homies. But it's soon. I suspect we probably just hit it. Yep, there's Lim. Are we wheeling some sufferings? We sure are, Chester. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well this morning. Or I guess it's afternoon for me now. I don't know what time it is where you are.
Marth. No, that can't be.
I hear you.
The wheel rolled no rings, which I would have re-rolled, but we had like all of the DLC rings, so it did actually change what we do here.
Yes.
Give me strong foes.
Way to go, Kagetsu. Your contributions are noted and appreciated.
Our foes are strong.
Oh, you can't quite kill this guy. You could if Alear was there. But can I do that in such a way where Alear survives? Because I could put Alear here, pop Bonded Shield, and it would probably be okay, because you get 90% proc rate. And then he could kill that one. And then we could obstruct. Or heal Alear. Let's see, if Alear was here, and we killed this guy, and Clan was here, and you just have a Steel Lance, then Alear would just get hit by this mage, who only has 15 damage. So I think it would be fine. Promoted Clan and Lapis. This is beautiful. And Etier. Don't forget Etier. Also, welcome, Bursode. Hope you're doing well today. Has Yunaka died? No, Yunaka's alive for the minute. I don't think Yunaka's really the one in danger. The unit I'm expecting to die is probably either Diamant or Jade. I think Yunaka should probably be okay. Etia is my favorite. I will hear no Yunaka slander, or I will hear no Etia slander. Hey, you'll get no slander from me. You know, I'm the one that put her on the team. I like her. Oh, she got crit! Bye, Jade. Alright, let's look at the Hound stats. We're probably not fighting the Hounds. If I remember correctly, they're pretty nuts. Yeah, 33 defense. Yeah, we're not going to fight the Hounds. 3 health bars each. Hey, I told you guys it could be a bloodbath down there. Those are all of the units I do not care about.
I'm okay.
I will not shed a tear for them. Oh, he's on leaf. That's what's happening. Cover. I was hoping you could kill that guy. That would have been nice. What about the mage? Can you kill the mage? Yeah. Who will write 50 Twilight novels now? We will. We'll be the change we want to see in Elios.
Here goes.
Ooh, if we had promoted, we could end this turn.
I'm not even tired.
But we can't, so we won't. But what we can do is hopefully make a safe spot for Fram. I'd actually rather Fram not die. Don't particularly care about the rest, but I would like to keep Fram. Not enough that I would reset, but enough to try to keep her alive. Killer Axe should have been Voj. Yeah, it is a little disappointing that a lot of the Leaf stuff seems really referential to FE4 Leaf. When, like, he's the FE5 rep, you know? I guess it's not necessarily a problem. It's not the end of the world. I just wish he had a little bit more FE5 going on in his kit. Also, the song on this map is really good. Leaf giving you follow-up critical modifier actually would have been the funniest thing in the world. And you know what? They totally could have done that. I get why they didn't do capture. Like, I wish they did, but capture's kind of like a pain to implement, I feel like. But follow-up critical modifier, they totally could have done. There could be a skill that's like, when, like, on follow-up attacks, you get double crit or something. Maybe double would be too much, but you know what I mean. You can make it like plus 10, plus 15, whatever.
I am ready to serve.
He should have been the steel shit emblem. I mean, at least he gets, that thing where you can get a little money off of his, engage attack. It's not much, but it's honest work. Or I guess we're talking about stealing. It's not much, but it's dishonest work. Also, I told you guys Yunaka would live. Look at her. Never even in any danger. I say as Gris is about to warp Ragnarok her for 28 damage. But the important thing is, he did not. I was wondering what that was. Yeah, or like there's actually a ton of cool swords in Thracia that they could have given Leaf, right? Like the Bragi Blade, they could have given him the Kingmaker. The Kingmaker actually would have been a really cool sword to give him. Or even if they wanted to stick with him having like all of the different weapons, you know, there's some cool Thracia ones they could have put on. He could have the Pooji. He could have the Dragon Spear. I don't know. I just think they could have made Leaf feel a little more FE5-y. Current Leaf feels like FE4 Leaf with some references to FE5. I feel like it should be FE5 Leaf with maybe a couple references to FE4. Master Lance is a Thracian thing, yeah. A Master Seal? It's actually kind of nice. This is a great well pull. Killing Edge, Master Seal, Novice Book, Adept Book? Like, goddamn. Alright, before we do anything else, let's spin the wheel. Alright, no rings again. It's fine, we don't need them. Rings are for chumps. Nice Gillette ad. Oh yeah. You know, we are here at Actual Lizard, sponsored by Gillette razors, the best a lizard can get. Still on divorce. Legal procedures take time. True. We're gonna be divorcing these rings for the rest of the run. Oh, we're out of apples? Cringe. Here, we can have some salmon potato gratin.
Shall I prepare a 3-course meal? A single dish.
Who gets custody of the kids?
Wait, is this right?
I
think this dish.
I feel like either Celica or Marth gets custody of the kids.
This is so good.
When divorced, am I still allowed bond rings? No. No rings whatsoever.
Here.
Oh, I forgot to donate to Alucia. I don't know if it's worth it anymore, but... Because I was supposed to have done that already. But we'll be back there eventually. Oh, the question is, can we go buy a second seal? Oh, am I wrong? Am I thinking you can donate to Elucia earlier than you actually can? I thought you could do it before chapter 10. But maybe I'm incorrect about that.
I thank you. Do come again.
Ah, so I'm not late. God bless. I don't know why I thought you could do it before 10. Alright, let's get axe proficiency on Alir so that we can go paladin. Yeah, it is kind of weird that we donate to Elucia. I just don't think too hard about it. Should be able to get Chloe a level.
I will act as your opponent today.
I am Tiamat, Crown Prince of Brodia.
I always do my best. Now and in the matches to come. This should be a picturesque match.
You look tough. I'd better be careful.
I always do my best. Now and in the matches to come. I am Chloe, Royal Knight of Firene.
What's it called when Alir can't sleep? Insomniel. Very good. I like that.
Hungry for more!
Had this been a battlefield, I would be slain.
I always do my best. Now and in the matches to come.
Oh, nice. Magic level. Okay. Victor's got to give axe proficiency pretty early, right? Yeah.
I'll be your opponent.
I'm Hector. Pleasure to meet you.
Let's have a good match.
I'm Hector, and I
Damn, if I was thinking we were going to make a Lear Paladin, I would have inherited momentum onto him. Oh well. Oh wait, we gotta promote first. Yeah, go up to Divine Dragon. Elucia likes the purple dragon, so they're cringe. I mean, they like the cooler looking dragon, to be fair. I have much beef with Sombron, but his dragon form is dope. Then we'll go do Axe Paladin, I think. I forgot that Paladin's a one-weapon class in this game, though. Wow, Paladin loses res compared to Divine Dragon? That surprises me. My god. Alir's such a weenie. 13 strength? Come on, dude. Okay. Yeah, Paladin's not this is not Paladin's shiningest moment in this game.
Welcome.
Alright, you have ooh, 2 Master Seals. I just want 1.
I thank you.
But I do want 1.
Do come again.
We're gonna go ahead and promote Fram. Yeah, it is funny that Paladins used to have all the weapon types, and now they just have 1. What? Why does Martial Master lose you a point of res? This is strange to me. What's with these basic classes having good res? Buy that Killer Axe. I'm gonna get 11 sword in a minute. Yeah, very strange to me that Fram loses a point of res on promotion to Martial Monk. Alright, let's knock out some supports real quick. Any of y'all looking forward to Unicorn Overlord next month? I know I am. I think it's going to be a good one. Unicorn Overlord is the new tactics RPG from Vanillaware, who is a company I typically quite enjoy the games of.
Ivy. Crown
I would look up the trailer if you haven't seen it. I think if you like Fire Emblem, you'll probably think it's pretty cool.
I suppose.
Okay, does anyone else need speed +3? Apis is at 18. Hold on, let me check my spreadsheet. see, spreadsheet open. Let's go to chapter 12. Yes, Lapis when weighed down would appreciate speed +3 on this map. It will be weighed down. Let's get her speed +3.
I'm Lapis. Get ready. I'm Lynn. I won't be holding back. Thanks for the sparring match.
Lan won't be needing it. Chloe won't be needing it. For Etier, I think it's just not really going to get her doubling much. It would get her doubling some of the slower enemies. At speed +3, she would double about a third of the enemies on the map. I guess we're probably going to want speed +3 on her eventually. It's cheap. Let's just go get it.
Etier here, busting in once again.
Ooh, although I do have to consider whether I would rather have speed +3 or momentum on her.
Muscles deserve a
Because I forgot, she's the only one that has 2 skills inherited right now. Yeah, this was a waste of Bonfrex, because I think I would rather have momentum for the moment. Perhaps that will change later. Blue Hair Pro Tag, Tactics RPG, a Jagan. Not to mention supports. We got supports too. Man, Alir sucks. What are these stats, man? Let's get him speed +3, I guess. He needs
no
it.
holding back.
I am Lynn of the Lorca tribe.
How I won.
Okay, let's inherit some skills. Oh, it's level 9? Hold up. Sorry, we gotta do a little more arena-ing. It's not my fault that Engage made it work this way.
I'm Lynn. I won't be holding back.
He's a support bot. He's in Paladin.
I'm Lapis, a royal soldier of Brodia. I'm Lynn. Get ready. Thanks for the sparring match.
Ivy.
I am here. I'm Lynn. I won't be holding back. We must be faster. Well fought.
Look, I appreciate that apparently Armor Knights and Unicorn are actually good and well designed. How do you know? Whoa, hold on. What do you mean? Do we know something about Armor Knights that I don't know in that game? All I've watched is the one trailer. Oh, here, I'm going to give you guys my take on Armor Knights in a minute. My take on Armor Knights has evolved a bit since I made that Armor Knights video. How many SP do you have? 382? Okay, so we can get you there. You just watched the video on it? Well, what'd they do to him? I didn't know we knew, like, anything about the game yet. It has a demo? I didn't even know it had a demo out. I was just excited about it because I really like Vanillaware games. But if there's a demo, I might have to go play it. I don't know, though. Recently, I've been trying not to play demos. If I know I'm going to buy the game. Because then I play the demo and I'm like, oh, the game's not out yet, but I want to play more of it. Alright, we're going to do some foraging, and we'll go on to the next map. But here's my Armor Knight take and how it has evolved a little bit. I think that Armor Knights are fine for what they are meant to do. And here's what I mean by that. I feel like when we assess Armor Knights being bad, right?
Oh.
We do that under the kind of assumption, the assumption of caring about a few things, right? Like, the way I like to play Fire Emblem, Armor Knights are bad because I care about mainly two things, speed and reliability, right? But if you're someone, like, if you watch a lot of people play Fire Emblem, they don't care about speed, right? Which is totally fine. They just want to get through the map. Like, when you watch a lot of people play, like, their first Fire Emblem especially, you will see a lot of people, playing very slowly, kind of just taking the map like a few tiles at a time, where even on their higher move units, they don't necessarily take advantage of the high move. And for those sorts of players, Armor Knights are great, right? So Armor Knights are not good for the way I like to play the game. But, like, if you're someone that's going to be turtling anyway, you're not going, and, like, you're not planning on using the high move that higher move units have to offer, you know, I think there are probably ways you could be playing the game that will make it a little easier for you. But if that's, like, the way you want to play, then Armor Knights are good. So I think it's, like, fine to have them to support that play style, because obviously there's a lot of people that do like to play that way. I also think Armor's, like, kind of do okay in this game, right? Like, Louis is fun for the like, I don't like Louis later in the game, but he's, like, fine in the early game. Like, maybe that's good enough. And then the other thing I think is that we tend to assess units from a perspective of, like, is this unit good? Rather than, like, which is valid if we're talking about, like, optimizing. But from, like, a game design perspective, I think a more important question is this unit fun? And I think the answer for Armor Knights is, like, they like, obviously they are fun to a lot of people, right? Like, they're extremely popular.
I'll be here.
Anyway, there's my Armor Knight thoughts. I think they are good for people that like to play the game in a certain way, and I think people like them, so that's, like, a good reason to, you know, as long as people like them, that's kind of what, like, the most important thing. You can have the +3 killer axe, Lear. The +5 killer axe is for Lapis. I also like the way that armor units kind of play out in Fates, where I didn't mean to go to Divine Paralogs. I like that in Fates, the way armor units play out is a little kinder to them because you can, because you have pair up. So you can, like, just pick units up and put them down, and that makes up for their low move a little bit. It's like Rescue, but better, right? Xander is basically an armor knight by being weak to an armor slayer. I do think that the Great Knight was a great addition to the Fire Emblem pantheon of classes. It's like you want that bulky combat unit, but maybe you're not ready to sacrifice those points of move. Well, there you go. You got Great Knight.
So, this is Solm. It's very sandy. Thank you, Fogado.
And we do get the occasional good armor knight. Oswin's pretty good. Wolf and Sedgar want to spend some time in armor, at least. Bright Sandstorm incoming. That's true, the jam, it's coming. The jam is on the way. Oh, I gotta pick who I'm bringing, because we get like 4 deployment slots in this chapter. Alright, Citrine. Your service has been appreciated, but I think we're probably done with it now. Is this the squad? I think this is the squad. Let me make sure my staffers have staffs, as that has been a problem for me in the past, apparently. Where did I put Chloe? Oh, there you are. Okay, yeah, you have a staff. I really like the Etier Bow Knight drip. I'm here for it. Yeah, I think I like this setup. Oh, we have to give Ivy staves. I forgot that she has them. Oh, I'm supposed to be talking about units as we get them, but I haven't done that for a minute. But let's talk about some of these units. Ivy's really, really good. Turns out a flying unit with tome proficiency and staff proficiency and solid magic is a pretty good unit. We're going to get a lot of use out of Ivy in this playthrough. Bogado, I think, is the most interesting unit of this bunch. I think a lot of people were turned off by Fogado's personal class at first because it doesn't have good strength. But the cool thing that you can do with Fogado's personal class is that he's very close, or he very quickly gets to having enough magic to one-shot all the flyers in the game with the Radiant Bow. Very quickly. He can do that on a horse. He can do that for very little investment. And that is what I like Fogado for. He also does okay in Warrior, but like, he's not really anything special in Warrior, but he does okay in the class. 20, 22. Oh yeah, he's also fast as fuck. Thank you for pointing that out, Exy. He is fast as fuck. Like, this is a unit that will be doubling things with minimal speed help. Which is, like, kind of nice. Like, I know I've seen people do some funny Brave Weapon builds with him. I don't really like Brave Weapons that much. But if you want to do funny Brave Weapon build, he can do it.
I've got this.
Pandreo is the best of the bunch here. He's just got good stats. His only real problem is that he's in High Priest, which is a little bleh. We would rather not be in High Priest. But the stats are good. You can switch him into Mage Knight. He does great there. Or you can switch him to whatever else you want to. Honestly, even if you had to leave him in High Priest, he would be okay. Because his stats are just good. And then we have Bunei. Bunei is a unit. Bunei does not have the greatest of stats. He's not as bulky as you would like. He's pretty slow. I don't think he's quite as bad as people think, because I think people think of him as like being one of like the... I've seen people put Bunei on like worst units of all time lists. He's not that bad.
Ready and able.
But he's pretty bad. One flaw with Ivy that I should mention. Ivy is
Me? Okay.
fairly susceptible to getting crit. We can resolve this in a number of ways. We can attack at 2 range. We can use engraves that give her a void. But it is an issue that you probably need to address. She's also not the fastest. She's not like as slow as people say, but she's not fast. We will be giving her speed help. Yes, I would agree, DT. No one in Engage is even in contention for worst unit in the series to me, just because there's so much, there's so much power that you can just give units in Engage. Like, there's nothing I can do to make, like, FE12 Bantu not awful, right? Like, we can give him levels and stuff, but it's always going to be a pain in the ass. But, like, if you want Bunei to be good, whatever, just slap Lin on him. Now he's good. And for that reason, I do not think that any Engage characters can be in contention for worst in the series. No one is FE6 Sophia. Sophia's definitely, pretty bad. Probably bottom 3. Arguably the worst. I have FE12 Bantu as the worst. But if someone told me they thought Sophia was the worst, I would, you know, I'd be like, yeah, that's fair. He's pretty bad. That's a convenient crit. Now we have the Levin sword. Chloe's really going to appreciate having that Levin sword. It's a good weapon for her. Because her magic is good. Don't love that hit rate. Let's take a chance. If he misses, it's not the end of the world. Nice. Yeah, FE12 Bantu is just a truly dreadful Manakete. And it does not help that Manaketes in Shadow Dragon and FE12 kind of get fucked. Or definitely in Shadow Dragon. I'm less familiar with 12. I've only played it once. So someone correct me if I'm wrong. But in Shadow Dragon, you can forge weapons, and forging weapons is really important. But you cannot forge Dragon Stones. So Manaketes kind of get screwed. You're not fast, are you? No. On the upside for Manaketes in Shadow Dragon, though, this does not apply to Bantu, unfortunately. But there are important use cases for the other Manicheets. Tiki and Nagi are great for helping you actually kill the final boss, because Marth sucks at that job. FE11 is an effective one-shot game, if I remember correctly. Yeah, exactly. Most of your good units are going to be using, like, Forged Rider's Bands, Forged Hammers, Forged Wing Spear, in the case of specifically Sita. Yeah, all fire kits is there. Hey, Bantu is very important in Shadow Dragon because he recruits one of the units that can kill the final boss easily. Gotta give him some points for that. I should have given her the killing edge we got out of the well. That would have been smart. Let me just check if, oh, this guy's kind of bulky. We'll get him. Let's see, did we beat the reinforcements, or are they about to spawn? Damn, we were close. We were one turn away from beating the reinforcements. This is a route map, so if you kill these guys a little quicker than I did, you can skip the reinforcements. However, I did not, so we will be playing the reinforcements. Oh, I could give her the killing edge +3 now. I forgot that that's, like, not on anyone right now, because I was using it on Alir. But Alir is an Axe Paladin now. Is he still holding it? Yeah, he is. Here, give that to Etier. It's Bunei slander time. I feel like I was pretty gentle to Bunei. I didn't say he was too bad. He's pretty bad, though. Not a unit I care to use very often. Oh, haven't I moved? Oh, Ivy. Hello. Let Bunei cook. I do like it when Bunei cooks. Although, here's a fun fact. The first time I played Engage and had Bunei cook, he cooked up an F rank, or it was like, not an F rank, I think it was like a G rank meal. And I thought like the joke was that like Bunei is actually bad at cooking. So for a while I thought Bunei was a bad chef. Just because that happened to me the first time, I was like, oh, they made like a funny joke. I see what they did here. But no, Bunei's actually quite good at cooking. Oh, I should mention, while we're talking about new units, something funny you can do with Bunei, and I just want to be clear, this is not, like, a particularly good thing. I don't really recommend you do this, but it's pretty funny. Bunei has a personal skill that makes it so that when he eats a packed lunch, he has a chance of getting another one. A luck percent chance. Now, his base luck is 13. That's not very good. However, there's a skill in this game called Favorite Food. You guys know if you've played this game. Favorite Food makes it so that when you eat a packed lunch, you refill your engage meter immediately. So hypothetically, you could take Bunei, stick Byleth on him or something. Or maybe a better example would actually be the Edelgard ring, since you can, like, drain the uses on that really fast. Yeah, let's say we're using the Edelgard ring. You can use the Edelgard ring, burn all the uses in a single turn, because you could do, like, Raging Storm and then Houses Unite. Eat a meal, refill the meter, and then if you get lucky, you know, you hit your 13% chance, you get another meal, and you do that again next turn. Then if you get even luckier, you get a third meal, and you just keep doing this every turn until the heat death of the universe. Now, the problem with this is a few-fold. One, you're not guaranteed to have leftovers. You only get leftovers for, I believe, C rank meals or higher. So you might not have leftovers. Two, it is just a 13% chance for it to trigger. So you're pretty unhappy if it doesn't. Like, it might just not work. Three, and this is more of a headache with Favorite Food in general. This is like the one thing that annoys me about Favorite Food, because that gets like a fun little skill to inherit in the early game if you have some extra SP lying around. But in order to take advantage of Favorite Food, your unit has to be injured, because you can't eat the leftovers are a healing item, and you can't eat them if the unit isn't injured. And that might not sound like a big deal, but like if you're trying to use it on like a Byleth user, because maybe you want more like Byleth dances, right? Like imagine you engage your Byleth user, you instruct twice, then on the third turn you Goddess Dance, and then now you're out of Byleth uses. Your Byleth user probably hasn't taken any damage. So they can't eat the food. It's not like the most difficult thing to work around. You can just like make sure that like he gets hit at some point. But there's just a lot of headaches to make this thing actually work, and a lot of them are RNG dependent. But it's pretty funny. I highly recommend, if you ever use Bunei, I highly recommend trying Favorite Food, because it's pretty amusing.
Nice go.
Ooh, that's a good point, Kuj. If you level up from the Goddess Dance, you could level up HP, and then you can eat the meal. I don't know Bunei's HP growth. Is it high? It might be. He is a tanky unit. $65-ish? That's not bad. 65, you know, we could do worse than a 65 chance for a 65% chance for another Goddess Dance. Oh, nice. Alright, let's spin the wheel, people. Oh, you can see my spreadsheet I have open. That's my engage offensive breakpoint spreadsheet. Here, I'll show that in a second. Ooh, I like load management. This is a fun one. Load management is I can only have one item in a character's inventory at a time. If they pick up an item from, like, killing an enemy or whatever, then they just have to put that item in the convoy as soon as possible, and they can't use it. But yeah, here's my offensive breakpoints spreadsheet. I have one for each chapter. It has the doubling threshold and the one rounding threshold for each enemy on the map. So this is what I look at when I'm trying to determine if I need if I need extra speed on a unit or something. I'll like look at the spreadsheet and be like, well, how close are we to doubling? Is that spreadsheet locally available? Yeah, it is. Here, I'll actually just drop the link in chat real quick. It's also in the, it's also pinned in the community Discord that you'll find linked in the video description. But I'll just drop the link in chat. You're too lazy to make one of these. So the reason I made this is actually purely out of pettiness. The reason this spreadsheet exists is because there were a lot of arguments when Engage came out where people would be like, oh yeah, this unit can like double everything without help, or like this unit just needs like this speed to double everything, or this unit can't double anything. But, like, no one ever had numbers. Like, it was mostly just people saying stuff. And every time someone did that and I wanted to argue about it, I had to go, like, look up the unit, look up the map, and be like, okay, let me see how many enemies they double on this map. And I was like, let me just make a spreadsheet. It's gonna save me some time. And it has. And when the next Fire Emblem game comes out, I will make one for that too. The spreadsheet for the next game is going to be better, though. I feel like I didn't put enough stuff in this one. I would actually like to put a little more detail into these, because this really just has the offensive breakpoints, but I could include defensive breakpoints as well. That's so real of you to make a spreadsheet to be like, actually. I try not to actually too much, but like, it bothered me a little bit because I was like, okay, when like people talk about Fire Emblem unit evaluation, obviously there's a lot of subjectivity, right? There's like, oh, well, what's the way you like to play the game? What do you value? Are we talking about like we're optimizing for reliability or turn count or whatever else? But what does bother me a little in Fire Emblem discussions is when like people just say a thing that's like just factually wrong, right? And everybody does this sometimes because there's so much in Fire Emblem to remember. Like I did this earlier today, right? Like when I said, oh, I should have invested in a Lucia earlier. But I think it's good to be able to, you know, just have a thing you can look at to be like, oh, is the thing I'm saying actually true? Have I won any internet arguments with the spreadsheet? No, because it's impossible to win internet arguments. But I have at least made people move off like specific points, right? Like usually I'll say like you know, so we'll be like, oh, this unit is fast, they can double everything, and I'm like, oh, well, actually, this is, you know, this is what they actually can double. And usually that doesn't, like, change anyone's mind on the unit, but at least they'll, like, move to a different argument.
I'll be your partner.
But I will say, though, I initially made this spreadsheet because I was annoyed at online arguments. I actually get a lot of use out of it. It's pretty nice for planning, like, you know, what tonics and stuff to get.
Clan, 33rd Steward of the Divine Dragon.
I am Etier, a royal knight of Firene.
Ah, the lingering taste of victory.
I'll get Chaos Style on Clan in a moment. That's nice.
Clan, Divine Dragon Fan Club co-founder.
It's me, the Brodian prince who isn't Diamant.
Ah, the lingering taste of victory.
Alright, so Clan will level up after, like, one more combat. That's nice. What do you guys think we should make Kagetsu? I don't think we're going to be using him as a primary combat unit in this run. But, you know, we'll probably use him for some filler stuff, some support. What class do you guys think for Kagetsu? General? Alright, we could do General Kagetsu, why not? Sage Kagetsu, you guys are just horny for Kagetsu. Let's be honest.
Well, hey there. Take care.
Do I have a second seal in my inventory right now? No. Let's go buy one.
Welcome.
Did you miss anything? We just played one more chapter. Nothing unusual happened in it, really.
Do come again.
We have a controversial unit to talk about in the next chapter, though. Warrior Kagetsu. We are doing General Kagetsu. Let me see what proficiencies he actually needs for that. I think he just needs to pick up Axe. Yeah, he's just gotta get Axe. You know, I will say they actually gave General a pretty good skill in this game. Swap is a real skill. I like Swap.
Kagetsu, at your service. Come, show me your skill.
I'm Hector. Pleasure to meet you.
Alir is indeed a paladin. Why do people hate Tamara? Okay. So there's a unit like this in every Fire Emblem game. Where there's heavy disagreement on whether they're good or bad, and this leads to the unit getting a lot of love from the people that like them, and a lot of hate from the people that don't like them. To be clear, I do not hate Tamara, but I don't think she's very good, for reasons I will talk about when we get into the map. You know, they really could have given General 2 weapons in this game. I don't know why this is a 1-weapon class. Who's the equivalent of Tamara in other games? Ones that jump to mind, and these don't get as much hate now because the games are older and the debates are kind of tired. But usually it's trainees, to be honest. Like, trainees are Ests, so you had like Nino in FE7, you had the trainees in FE8. Does Tellius have one? The closest Tellius has is like maybe Nephany in FE9. Astrid is a trainee, but people don't really have a problem with Astrid. Because Astrid is a trainee that you bexp up to promotion in like 1 chapter. Does Wolt count? I feel like I don't hear people gas up Wolt too often.
Well, hey there.
Because that's the key distinction here. It's not just unit that is hated. It's a polarizing unit where like they get gassed up by a lot of people and then they get like shit on by a lot of people. Oh, we can give Noaton to Kagetsu.
I'll be here.
Lex? I don't know. Do people not like Lex? I feel like people think Lex is alright, don't they? Or maybe I'm like out of touch with what people think about FE4. Because I think Lex is alright, but... Oh, we have a little more second ceiling to do. I forgot that we have Pandreo now.
Welcome. I thank you.
I do wish that there wasn't like so much time-consuming menuing in Engage. Like, that I have to run between all these places to do all this random shit. Instead of just like doing it all in one big menu. Take the Noaton. Here, take the revanche. Why not? Yeah, Donald is a good example. Donald is a controversial unit.
Hey!
We already did our meal, right? Yeah. Cyril in 3 houses? Yeah, I would say Cyril counts. I feel like people are coming around on Cyril. I like Cyril. Easy access to a Braveheart is pretty good. Actually, maybe we'll make Pandreo a Griffin playthrough. I think I will.
Pandreo, a royal soldier of Sol.
I'm Lucina.
FE9 Ike is actually a good shout. FE9 Ike kind of is a controversial unit.
Blessed be this victory.
The child units of 3DS FE. I don't know, 3DS FE is kind of the era of Fire Emblem I'm least experienced with. In Awakening, I feel like whether people like the children or not kind of depends on whether they like play post-game stuff. Like, I feel like the people that really like the child units in Awakening tend to be the people that are doing like apotheosis or like grinding for Gale Force, which is like a totally different context than like if you're just like playing the game kind of fast, right? In Fates, I think a lot of the kids are decently liked. This is a random growths run. Do I know what Fire Emblem needs moving forward? Guns. I've been saying for years that they should make a Wild West Fire Emblem. I would play the shit out of Cowboy Emblem. Fixed growths is, I don't think it's a maddening only thing. Fixed growths when you start a new game is an option. When you play on maddening the first time, it actually makes you play on fixed growths. But after that, you can choose for each playthrough. Yeah, I do think guns are were around earlier in history than people realize. Like when you talk about, and I'm not saying, you know, I get it. They want to have their high fantasy aesthetic. I think you could have that with guns if you wanted to, but you know, it's like an aesthetic choice, right? Whether to have firearms or not. But I always think it's funny when people bring up like the realism argument, and I'm like, guns were like around earlier in history than you think.
Welcome. Do come again.
Okay. We're going to be using Pandreo mostly for staffing. But I should still give him, like, a weapon. Eventually we'll get him 11 sword.
Welcome. I thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of thing, I mean, we like, what's, like, let me go find Clan. Where's Clan? We're gonna go look at Clan Somniel outfit. Is there a way for me to quickly find him? We're gonna go look at Clan Somniel outfit real quick. Pretty modern looking, right? He's got drip. Pretty modern looking drip. If Clan had a like a revolver on his hip, it would not look out of place. Oh, Hortensia is a great example. Hortensia's outfit looks very modern. Which, to be clear, I don't think is a bad thing. In fact, I actually really like Hortensia's Somniel outfit. But just like, would it really look out of place if Hortensia had a gun? I don't think so. Hortensia should have a bazooka. It should be a PRF for her.
Divine One, Royals of the Three Kingdoms, welcome to Soam Palace.
I'll be performing my favorite.
All right, do you guys want to hear the meat song? We can listen to the meat song.
Ready. As am I. Hope you remember the words. And a 1 and a 2. Meat, meat, meaty meat, meat.
What have we here? A bunch of pretty birds squawking away in the night? Ha! Cheap, cheap. Cheap is right.
Meaty, ah yeah, meaty.
Hey, quit your con!
Who are you two?
Come on, wake up! What do you think? We're bandits! And would have been.
Alright, I think she's done now. I don't think there's any more meat song.
Dang, those.
Meaty. Alright, so we got some new units to talk about. Actually, let me throw my rings on, and I forgot I need to clear everyone's inventory. Hold on. One item per person. Let me check, is 25 speed going to be enough for this map, or does he need 26? Doubling thresholds. Any 26s in it? 25 should be fine. We're gonna do the Levin sword for Chloe. The Physic on Pandreo. Is that the whole squad? It's more than the squad, actually. Do we want to bring a bow user? There are a lot of flyers on this map. Yeah, it's probably better than bringing a Griffin Knight with 1 Physic. Alright, so this is the squad.
Tiki!
I think Lapis is now the designated holder of the Edelgard ring.
Edelgard!
Veronica!
Actually, maybe we put Veronica on clan.
Lady Veronica!
Yeah.
Camilla!
Put Lynn on Ivy. Lucina go on Bram. And I guess Hector can go on Etier. That's fine.
Oh ho!
Oh ho! Alright, so let's talk about our new units. We got 3. Let's start with Marin. Marin's really good. Marin is basically like if you had Kagetsu, like his very similar personal bases, but like -2 strength and a couple chapters later. And Kagetsu's really, really good. So Marin's really good. Especially if you save her an energy drop, she could do a lot of the stuff Kagetsu can do. He starts in Wolf Knight, which is going to be good for this map. It's not my favorite class long-term for her, but like if you're just using her for filler, Wolf Knight's pretty good. We have Panette. Panette is not going to make a great impression on this map, but this is a good unit. Panette has really big strength. Like, really big strength. Like, what is she? Oh, I took a screenshot. Like, 25 base strength. That's really high. Good growth. And a relevant personal skill that she gets crit plus 10 when she's below max HP, which makes her great for Vantage Wrathing, because she can very easily get to 100 crit even in Bow Knight, which is nice. However, in this map, she is stuck in Berserker with a silver axe that weighs her down to 9 speed. No Vantage, no Wrath, not a great start for her. So she's not gonna make a great impression on this particular map. Tamara is kind of an interesting unit. I'll tell you my favorite part about her is actually this. She has a really good personal skill. It inflicts crit -5 on foes within 3 spaces, which like doesn't seem that exciting. Like you don't really think about this doing anything. But if you use Tamara throughout the duration of a playthrough, she probably saves you from more than a couple crits. So I really like Racket of Solm. What I do not like are her stats. She's a little bulky. She's kind of fast, not ungodly fast, but her build is only 5. This is fixable. We can give her a lighter weapon. I don't know why they started her with a Silver Lance. It really makes her look slow. She's not as slow as she looks. She has decent defense. She's got a bit of a noodle arm, though. Her strength's not great. What she does have is a personal class that she can promote into. And that personal class has a skill called Sandstorm. And Sandstorm is a proc skill that deals extra damage based on your defense. And that extra damage can get quite high. So Tamara has moments where she can do really big burst damage, right? Because you can proc Sandstorm, do a bunch of damage, and then, you know, you're a happy camper.
Devoted to you.
The problem is just, like, other units can one round in this game without proc skills. So I don't like relying on proc skills. And that's why I don't like her that much.
I'll do my best.
Whatever you say.
But she has stuff she could do. Racket of Solm is really good. But I just don't like her stats very much.
100%.
If you want to use her, yeah, the Sharina PRF is good for her. Because it's relatively low weight, but good might. So it kind of like solves 2 issues she has. But I just find it's less work to get other units kind of cooking a little quicker than it is Tamara. But you can get her cooking if you like her. She also comes with a new emblem ring we have to talk about.
Ready for anything.
The Ike Ring. The Ike Ring is pretty good. Its big claim to fame, I would say, is that... What's your speed with the Javelin? 14? Okay. I would say the big claim to fame of the Ike Ring, like the most obvious thing you use when you, the most obvious thing you see when you use it.
Jeez, I'd rather you get a hold of this than they.
I feel like my wording of Sandstorm is weird. Basically subs your strength for your defense 1.5 times, which is why she's a jackpot unit. Is that not what I said? She does a lot of damage when she procs her skill. Yeah, it's based on her defense. She does a lot of damage when she procs it. She doesn't do that much damage when she doesn't proc it. Which is why I don't like her that much, because other units don't need to rely on a proc skill. But, but back to Ike. Ike's most obvious thing that he does is you press the engage button and your unit takes, whoops, and your unit takes half damage, which is quite good. But there's a lot more you get out of this emblem when you look at like his skills and stuff. He's got a couple notable ones. One is Wrath. We're not going to get that until we do his Paralog. Wrath gives you more crit the lower your health is, based on up to a maximum of plus 30 crit. So that's pretty good. 30 crit's a lot of crit. Other noteworthy skills he has, Resolve is a pretty popular one. Resolve makes it so that when you're below 75% health, you get a pretty significant bulk increase. I believe it is plus 5 defense and res for Resolve, and then more for Resolve Plus. I think that the Resolve skill is like really good for your Ike user. I don't really like inheriting it. But like it is just free bulk for your Ike user and quite a bit at Resolve plus 7. So that's very nice for your Ike user. Of course, the most important feature of Ike is Demolish. He can destroy objects in a single hit. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, Ike is great for any unit that you want to be tanky. He makes your unit tankier. Oh, there's a fire here. That's fine, they can just hit Lapis. Who do I want to give an extra life to? Give an extra life to Chloe. How much better do I think it would make all Krista and Tamara if their proc skill was guaranteed, but it only worked on the first attack on an enemy? So you're saying if you got Sandstorm on the first hit every time you attacked someone? If that worked on both player and enemy phase, Tamara would be quite good. Because it is legitimately a lot of damage that you get out of Sandstorm when it procs. So yeah, if that was how it worked, I think they would be very good. But I just, I really don't like proc skills in Engage. I think they're fun. They're really fun, actually. Proc units are all a joy to use. But sadly, I do not like their skills very much. Go, Fabrication. Although, I would have to, like, do the math to see, like, exactly how good that would change things. Or how much that would change things for them. I don't see much difference between proc skill units and crit units that don't have 100% crit. I agree. That's why I really only like crit units when they have 100% crit. Or at least a lot, like close to 100. Like when I talk about Vantage Wrath units, I'm talking about like units that have 90 to 100 crit all the time. But also, I'm not saying that units with proc skills are bad. Ivy has a proc skill, and Ivy's great. Because Ivy's stats are really good. But I just don't value her proc skill that much. Am I Linden, gang? I do like Linden, but not for the crit. I like Linden for the decent magic stat that he provides at pretty much no cost. Oh. Your hit rate, is it 100? Close enough. I have faith. Nice. Longbow Sniper is going to get Fabrication Boy. I mean, that's okay. We don't need Fabrication Boy. What do you guys want to name the fabrications? Last time I did a DLC run, we named the Silver Fabrications Kyles, and the Bronze Fabrications were Sasha. We could keep those names. We could do something new. Well, so exactly. I agree that the proc skills are a fun bonus rather than something that you plan with, but that means that the unit needs to do good damage without the proc skill. Like for Ivy, that is what I consider the proc skill. It's a nice bonus on top of her already good damage. But if you don't have good damage, then I don't like having to like hope that you hit a proc skill. Speed. Yeah, this is fine. I didn't mean to skip the whole enemy phase. I guess it's fine.
Let's be careful.
Oh, she's on an extra life. She's fine. She could sit here all day. He does not care. Ooh, I'm surprised Etier... Oh, this is the Wyvern. I was going to say I'm surprised Etier can't one-shot the Flyer, but Wyvern, so that's why. Ooh, he can almost one-shot her. We gotta be a little careful. Your powers combined, can you reliably kill this guy? Yeah. Cupido's skill kind of sucks. Yeah, Cupido's skill is a weird one. I get they wanted to make all of the royals have proc skills, but that one is not it, I would say.
Ready. I think Alear and Tamara should be able to combine to die, or Clan. Yeah, Clan can reach. So it should be fine. Lend me that physic.
Me, right?
Oh, 47 damage. Might be better to leave the flyer alive and kill them. Great googly moogly. Kinda needs to crit for it to be consistent. A conundrum. Oh wait, no it's not. We have the power of emblem rings on our side. No need to overcomplicate. Easy peasy. Hey, good Alir level up. We love to see it. He heard me complaining. I should have checked if I could have demolished the breakable terrain there and built the Griffin with Clan. Probably not. I doubt Clan could have one-rounded the Griffin, but I should have checked. Oh, the Wolf Knight doesn't want to come fight me. Put up with that. What's your speed, Mr. 24? Okay, so you don't double Lapis. Lapis is kind of cooking, not gonna lie. So you guys over to grab that. This will pull in the Wolf Knight.
Is that a rare critter?
Is that a rare critter? Nice, we get rescue staff. Love a rescue staff. I don't know why he couldn't shoot it from here, because didn't it have a tile here? It's fine. I'm just a little perplexed. My god. Lapis is disgusting. Maybe it's because she's over leveled and has stat boosters and has a +5 killer axe. No, surely it's that the unit is busted. No favoritism was used in the making of this unit. I will say, at least we're getting a lot of EXP on Fram off this these physic uses. It gives more EXP than I realized. Oh, I hate the way fog works on this map. It annoys me that I can't get on that tile that that Alir's right next to. Oh my god. Okay, you go here. You go here. There we go. Do I chance it? She'll probably be okay. But it's not a guarantee, but let's chance it. We got turn wheels, baby. And I say I like Thracia Fog. I would not say I like Thracia Fog. I just don't like hate it as much as most people do. I don't hate it as much here as I do either. Technically, everything is favoritism unless you literally give everyone equal kills and items. People say that, but that is not what anyone means when they say favoritism. When people say favoritism, we're talking about, they're talking about EXP that you give a unit for, or EXP or resources that you give a unit for no reason, right? Like, if you give a unit a tool because they are the best unit for the job, that's not what people are talking about when they say favoritism. They're talking about, like, when you give a unit 8 strength boosters because you like them and for no other reason. Did Sage Alir for the cute ponytail. I have on occasion done what's the word I'm looking for? Wolf Knight for the ponytail. I didn't even know Sage gave you a ponytail, actually. This is fine. Unless there's an enemy I can't see, but I think there's not. At least not that endangers that tile.
Let's go.
You play Wolf Knight Alir for the bonded shield. I play Wolf Knight Alir for the ponytail. We are not the same. True. I use usually when I do Alir Lucina Ball, I use either Griffin or
I must focus.
Martial Master. I do like them for that role. They're pretty good at it. It's really nice that they support everyone. It's very convenient. Look at all these flyers.
I won't fall.
Move the extra life over to Lapis. Which is kind of an insane thing that we can do. The extra life is nuts that we can just hand out for free whenever. It feels especially free in the early game when we can just do this. Bye. 52 damage. Especially in the early game where, like, engaged Tiki is actually pretty exciting. Eventually that becomes less true. But in the early game, Tiki's kind of nuts. Hot take, Nintendo made the DLC the way they did so that you'll buy it when you lose all the rings. I don't think so. I mean, I guess it's possible, but I don't know. I think the game plays like totally fine without the DLC rings. In fact, usually I play the game without them. I actually think it plays better without the DLC rings. So I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did, but I'm skeptical, I guess. Only reason I'd buy DLC is for Hector. Fair enough. Hector's a good egg. Love me some Hector. Okay, there's the boss. Might actually have to turn. I don't think this is a particularly good setup. And I do believe that this boss will go ahead and move.
Is it go time?
Oh, we could flame gambit though. Yeah, I actually don't hate this. Prevents, nice. Stay here because you guys are extra life. Yeah, now the other ones shouldn't be able to reach Marin.
The oasis is ours, you hear? We've got exclusive plundering.
Yeah, to me, the problem is not the DLC rings. It is the leveling that you get from doing the DLC maps. I really wish that there were a way to have without modding, to have the rings without playing the maps. I also think that, like, it was kind of a missed opportunity to have Like, I think Engaged probably could have had, like, the best New Game Plus of any Fire Emblem game ever. Like, think about how much stuff you could do by just, like, adjusting when you get the rings or whatever. Like, imagine if on new games you could play on, like, random ring recruitment or reverse ring recruitment, or, like, if you could, like, swap some of them out for the DLC rings. I feel like there's a lot of room for kind of modular gameplay that's left on the table in Engage. And I think it could have been pretty neat. Also, Etier looks really nice with the Hector hair. Okay, that could potentially crit, so let's do our EXP farming first. Yeah, sometimes like just being able to customize when you get the rings after the first time. I actually think this is something that Fire Emblem misses out on in general. I just think if Engage did it, it would have been really cool. But like, think about how much people love like randomizers, reverse recruitment, that sort of thing. I really think Fire Emblem should just implement some of these things. Like, you could totally have an official reverse recruitment mode in a Fire Emblem game. I think it would be really fun, and I think people would like it. There's a, I mean, they're incredibly niche. I'm not saying they're not niche, but they're, like, pretty much minimal, like, dev time to add replayability. Anything you add that's playing on a replay is pretty niche, right? Like, most people just play a game once. But I'm talking about just something and I think many others would enjoy a lot.
That takes care.
The Bandit Bros should have been playable. There is a mod for that. But yeah, I don't know. That was just something I thought about. When I played the demo for Gales of Naeli, I thought it was cool that they had a lot of the popular, like, types of challenges that, you know, some Fire Emblem players like to do, just built right into the game. Like, you start a new game, you can pick, I forget what they had in there. I think they had, like, Iron Man mode, 0% growths, whatever. And, like, yeah, they're niche. Most people aren't going to play them, but I'm sure they also didn't take a lot of dev resources to add, right? Like, here's the thing. Maddening mode is niche. Most people do not play Fire Emblem on Maddening mode. But I still think it's a good thing for them to put in these games, just because, you know, they may be niche, but a lot of people enjoy them. All right, back to the Somniel. We need an FE game where you're forced to play on the hardest difficulty. I would be I think you would see a lot of people not play that Fire Emblem game. Did we donate to Solm? I forget. Let's check. We did. Very good. Isn't that FE1? I guess that is the games where there's only one difficulty. Fair enough.
Welcome. One moment while I prepare.
Not many
order.
people have played OG
Now,
FE1.
to
That's
business.
true.
This should be
But
simple enough.
they should, maybe, if you like old school games.
Thank you for your
I actually think if you can look past the
can work
old
this
school
out later.
jank of FE1, I actually had a blast
good.
the last time I played it. For me, Iron Manning FE1 kind of unlocked a lot of the fun. I didn't like it much the first time I played it, but it really is designed around you not resetting much, and I think if you don't reset much, it makes it more fun. Just because the pace of the game becomes a lot faster. But you definitely need to be able to look past, you know, old game jankiness, if you want to have a good time with it. Yeah, a lot of people don't like the NES graphics, which, you know, fair enough. I find them kind of charming, but it is certainly dated. In more ways than one. I think FE1 Iron Manning on a first playthrough would be fun. You know, for most games, or really for almost every other game, I would say no. I actually think FE1's probably okay to, like, I would do a soft Iron Man. But I think it's okay not to reset much on your first playthrough. Marth is really all you need to beat the game. I don't know if I would necessarily, like, do you like Iron Mans? If you're someone that has played a lot of Fire Emblem and you like Iron Mans, then yeah, I would say, like, maybe you could soft Iron Man FE1 on your first playthrough. If you don't have a ton of experience with Fire Emblem or you haven't Iron Man'd much, though, then I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. I still did my first playthrough of FE1 as a non-Iron. I think I probably could have done it as an Iron Man, but I didn't.
Let's
get Lapis that much closer to
33rd Steward of the Divine Dragon.
for class skill. Inching ever closer to greatness.
I'm Lapis, a royal soldier.
But here's the beauty of single player game challenge runs. If you think you might enjoy an FE1 Iron Man, you can always start it, and then if you're like, I'm not having fun, I don't want to Iron Man this anymore, just stop Iron Manning it. So I would say if it's something that interests you, yeah, give it a try. You might like it. And if you don't, you can always stop. I am using clan on this playthrough, yeah. Everyone's favorite boy. Alright, but that is where we are going to leave off for today. We'll kick off next time. Maybe we'll go do... We might go do Soren Paralog. I said I would put that off until we got Ike, and now we have Ike. So I might do Soren Paralog next time. But schedule for this week, Tuesday we're going to have FE4 with myself and Waifu. And then Saturday we'll have another episode of this. New video coming out tomorrow at the same time as usual. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Hope you had a good time. Join the Discord if you want. It's linked in the video description. And have yourself a lovely weekend.
Soren,